Hey everybody, welcome to Live with DJ Rossstar. Today is Wednesday. It's the 24th of September, 2025. Today on the show, I haven't talked to them since 2007. We're going to have my friend Dan on the show from the band Just Surrender. If you're watching this for the first time, this is a live show and I want to hear from you. That's right, you, and you, all of you. So feel free to send questions in the chat below. We're going to talk to Dan from Just Surrender in a few minutes. But I want to let you know that this show is on every week, twice a week. So this Friday, we're going to have another show. And then next week, we're going to have more shows. And we're going to keep on doing it. So make sure you follow DJ Rossstar so you can find out who's going to be on the show next. And if you have a band or you like a band or you are in a band and you want to submit it to the show, feel free to send me a DM. But for now, let's get to Just Surrender. Hi.
Hey, what's up? How's it going?
I like the hat, dude.
Oh, thank you very much. Appreciate it. Wrestling.
See, the problem with doing the live is everything is mirrored. So every show, a guest is wearing something cool, and we can never really tell what it looks like.
I get that. Yeah, I mean it's the price of being cool, I guess, you know.
Well, welcome. I was just telling them that I don't think we've had an interview together since 2007.
That's correct. Yeah, it's been a minute, but you know what? The timing is perfect. So,
Yes, and it's cool that it's 18 years later and we're still doing what we love to do.
absolutely, yeah, man. I mean, it's I still remember it being like, "Oh, wow, he wants us to be on his show." Like that. I mean, it's a huge deal. So, to be here and to be talking about something and it's great. I'm fortunate to be here. So thank you for having me.
Exactly. You could be selling me car insurance right now, but instead we're talking about 20 years of an album. That's so cool.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I mean, look, to be here 20 years later talking about something me and the boys did like when we were super, excited and love music and it's just beautiful. I'm so thankful.
Did you go any amount of time without talking to each other? Maybe even a couple months, or has this been a
Nah,
friendship that's
with
lasted
the
the whole time?
here's the thing. Uh, I think with a lot of bands, like there's always like this monumental breakup, this or that happens. It's just for us, like they're like my brothers. So it's like, I mean, if you have family that you just sometimes you talk, sometimes you don't, but we're always like communicating about something, whether it's kids or band stuff, but even like when we weren't having any shows or anything, like Jay has a side band with the band in, he would send me stuff and I mean, I always write music. So like, we're always contacting and same with Steve, like we'd just jolly, we'd just go back and forth, about anything, random Facebook memory I mean, there's never really been any bad blood or anything like that. So yeah, there hasn't been that like, oh, well, we better talk it's always just been like life.
So who lives the closest to you physically?
I guess Jay does because he is in Philadelphia. Or not Philadelphia, but he's in Pennsylvania.
Okay.
Yeah, Steve lives in Minneapolis, and Jolly. I guess Jolly lives the closest too. But like, yeah, I mean, I don't see them, but like, the beautiful thing about technology is that you're never really gone or far away from somebody.
Can you do band practice through Zoom, or is that just impossible?
No, that isn't. So we did a few shows before, and we all just practiced separately. And the beautiful thing about music is that you can do something like that, and like we played with each other for years, and with this record, we toured on it extensively, and uh, it just like I was playing, and I was like, oh, I do this, oh, I do this. It's like riding a bike almost. Um, the only thing that stinks about it is that by like we played three reunion shows, and I was like it by the third one, it was just like back to old times. And I was like, oh, the fourth, fifth, sixth, or seventh, if we were on a tour, we'd be like really hitting our groove. But um, it was great. I mean, even without it, I mean, I practice at home. I played the songs literally like probably 60 times. I ended up getting vocal lessons for it, just because my voice doesn't do what it did when I was 20, 21, something like that, you know?
I was about to make that was my next question was can all the notes still be hit?
I mean, I try to. We've tuned down a little bit, but like I spent probably 2.5 months going to vocal lessons to just learn how to properly sing, not just like I'm gonna scream and hit that note,
Yeah.
like so and I just would practice and practice and um it was really challenging, but I think it worked out. And I mean I never lost my voice. Um, I kind of maneuvered with some of the notes and didn't like go crazy with them, but for the most part it was well within what it should have been.
Do you have a coach now that you're going to be going out on the road?
No, I think that I mean I recorded every single lesson and there was like 8 of them. So I just dip back into each hour of our lesson and I just kind of redo them and sing along kind of with them. Um, it was expensive, so I mean I don't make lots of money, so like but it was definitely well worth it for me. And I'm just using the tips and the tricks that I kind of learned along the way.
But when you practice, do you have like a lock on your door so your family can't bug you for like an hour or two a day? Are you
I
hiding?
usually
Are you
I
hiding in the
usually do it
basement?
in my car.
In your car? How do you do that?
Yeah, I just sing in my car. I mean, a lot of it is like thinking about singing. So like how hard you push and like the shape of your mouth and where you're singing from. There's this thing called places of resonance. So like some notes I'm encouraged to sing through the upper part of my nose, if that
Okay.
makes sense. And then some from my stomach, and depending on the combination of vowels and noises, it's like there's so much thinking that goes into it. Like I enjoy it, but like it's very mechanical,
Hopefully
if
not
that makes
overthink.
sense.
Hopefully not overthinking.
No, no, no,
Got
no.
to
But
enjoy it also.
I do enjoy it, but it's like you get to a point where I think it's more important for the audience to enjoy it.
Yes.
For me, right? Like so like when we play these shows with acceptance and the shows that we did, like they're the most important thing. Like if I do my job correctly, then they're gonna have fun. Right. So like
Yes.
I just look at it, I almost look at it as like theater or acting. Like you just know your lines and you perform them how they're supposed to be done, and there's some like banter and chemistry in between the players. But for me it's important for me to know my parts and to do them in the way that I can, if that makes sense.
Yes. I like how you have a lot of thought that goes into all your answers. I appreciate that.
No, I think too much sometimes, I think, but
Oh,
thank you.
no, I've done many an interview where the answers are yes, no, maybe, I don't know, sure. So I like that you give me complex responses here. I appreciate it.
Oh, no problem at all. It's a, like I said, I'm gonna repeat this often, but like it's really a pleasure, and the fact that anyone even cares, it's a beautiful thing. I'm so blessed and so fortunate.
No, I mean, and when you were doing your thing, there were a lot of bands at that time in the scene doing their thing, and you had a whole 100, 200 to choose from, which was nice. So I'm sure it feels great knowing that people put you on their top 20 to 30 artists to listen to back in that day.
Yeah, I think sometimes I have imposter syndrome about it, if that
Okay.
makes sense. So yeah, I'm just they'll say, "Oh, I love your band. Oh, I got your tattoo. Oh, I did this." And for me, I just like have to take a moment and pause and reflect about it, just because like I don't see myself in that way, or I don't see us in that way. But people show up. Some of the shows are sold out. We're playing some shows with acceptance. People care. They love it. I just think that I hate when people just get so full of themselves about it. So I guess maybe sometimes I compensate for it on the other end of the spectrum, if you
You can
will.
be modest, but you don't want to be negative. Hey,
Nah, nah.
I love your band, and you're like, oh, you're talking to me? Oh, okay.
Yeah, yes, exactly. So I'd much rather be like, oh, he's a nice guy down there. I didn't know that about him or whatever, versus like, hey, by the way, da, 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 I'm in this band, I was cool on MySpace and this and that, and like
But you were
pure
cool.
volume, pure volume and mp3.com, and I
All
mean,
wonderful
like,
sights that I miss dearly, right?
yeah, so like, the fact that like this record is like 20 years old and people are on Spotify or Apple Music and still can listen to it, it to me in itself is like a blessing, and I'm
And
just
by the way,
super.
in case someone's watching and they haven't heard of you, what is the record we're celebrating 20 years called?
It is called If These Streets Could Talk, and yeah, it's the 20th anniversary, and
The
we're
debut.
yeah, that's right, yeah, in July, and yeah, there's just so many good memories and so many bands that we toured with uh during that record cycle. It's crazy, a lot
Where,
of them you've interviewed, and
do
yeah,
you remember where you were the day the album came out?
I have no idea. Unfortunately.
You remember
uh
the first time you saw it, like in a store? Like, did you go to FYE or like
Uh,
Tower Records or back then?
we, I did. I went to the mall and like where I grew up. So
That's
like
great.
I remembered it was there. And then like I would check to see if it sold and how many sold. And I mean it did. And, at one point we had an end cap, like that to me was the coolest thing.
That's
We
amazing.
actually, yeah, we played in a Best Buy for one of them. I don't know if it was that record or not, but yeah. So like I know that it's CDs are kind of legacy media type things, but like for a little dude from Dover Plains, New York, graduated with maybe 100 kids in his class to like be in Best Buy or Media Play or FYE or any of those kind of stores, like that's really cool, man. Like I still get like, oh wow, I did that. I went here. I did these things.
I love that. Now you're going to do them again.
Yes, I am. I'm looking forward to those. A little anxious about them, but it's a good nervous energy that drives me to put in the extra steps and work. So, like what we talked about before, that people, don't go home disappointed.
So how many shows are you playing with Acceptance?
They're just doing 3 East Coast shows, and we're playing all 3 of them.
And have you been friends with them this whole time, or how did this come about? Because that's a pretty big deal to me. I think it is.
It is, and they reached out to us surprisingly. Like,
Wow,
yeah,
that's so
not
cool.
to sound negative or whatever, but they reached out to us and they're like, uh, they reached out to Jeff and our manager, and so like, you guys want to do this? I'm like, why the F are they reaching out to us? And Jay was like, I mean, that record has been when we had a van and trailer, like that record was on a million times. So Jay and Steve were like, I don't care how much they want or this or that, we're playing these, and
It's so
it's
cool.
like, okay, yeah, I mean, so like to be a part of it is really special and awesome, and they are like, they're just so over the moon and
You
excited.
you get 3 free concerts. That's fun, also.
Well, I'm also a photographer, so I'm gonna take photos too. So I'm
Oh,
just
look at
gonna,
that! So you're multitasking. I love that.
yeah, it's something I got into later in life, but yeah, I just like doing that, and to be able to something that I wasn't able to do back then, document these magical moments in my life. I try to be more cognizant of it now and do that. So.
Yeah. I mean, I wish we had the technology back then. I have a lot of pictures, thankfully, from my interviews, but not
Mhm.
enough. Not as many as I wish I would have had.
Yeah, there's never enough, right? And there's never enough time, and there's never enough. But if we take the time and just think about the little things, then it adds up, and later on, it's good. So I try to be in the moment, and I have my phone, or I'll bring a camera everywhere. So yeah,
Are you direct support on these 3 shows?
correct. Yep, we'll
How
be
much
playing at
time did
these.
how much? I'm sorry. I was saying, how much time did they give you to play?
I I think it's like an hour or an hour and 5 minutes or something
You have
like
a whole
that.
hour? Wow,
Something like that. I mean, they asked if we would play that record.
the whole record.
Yeah.
Wow. So how long is the record? About an hour?
I mean, the way that we play, probably 2 hours because we talk a lot. But now we'll shave it down and all that stuff. So we'll play that, and then probably Your Life and Mine, and then because everyone loves that song. But like, yeah. So, but we'll be able to get it in, and if not, we'll work something out. But yeah, they asked us to play that record. I didn't even know that I never knew that they knew that we even existed. So
That's
like,
awesome.
like.
Look at that.
Yeah, yeah, so like the fact that they care and it was a beautiful thing, man.
I love that. And you will be, I assume, selling merchandise. Will you have new shirts and new
Correct, yeah. We'll
something?
have stuff. Yeah, we'll have stuff out there. I'm sure it's possibly a hoodie. I That's not my forte. I kind of let go of
You can
that.
handle that.
And now I'm a jerk. So like we, like with all families, we have arguments and stuff like that. So I just said, okay, like whatever.
That's
If you
cool.
guys think it's good, then it's good.
I mean, will you be selling the vinyl as well?
I hope so.
Yeah.
I'm removed from that, so
Are the
yeah.
other two records on vinyl? I don't even know. From back in the day?
We at one point are going to be releasing sooner than later. We're going to be doing the other two very soon. I think We're in Lexington will be released on vinyl. We've been having discussions about that.
Yeah.
Uh, Phoenix had some vinyl single releases, but as a complete thing, I I'd imagine we will do that at some point.
And I was checking out Discogs for fun before. I noticed that Stronger Now is also on there, but you
Hmm.
can't get that on streaming services though. At least not on
Well,
Apple.
yeah, I mean, the, yeah, I mean, it's all, we released EPs and this and that, and like there's different versions of different songs and stuff like that, but we should be doing it at some point, at least the two vinyls or
Yeah,
the two albums. And then we're, constantly going back and forth about new songs. So whether it's an EP or an LP, it'll definitely, it, it's not a matter of if, it's just a matter of when.
that's great. The last thing you gave him was probably 2 years ago now. Not quite yet, or not dead yet.
Yeah, exactly. And those were songs that we had, and we were like, oh, we'll do an album. And then life happens and kids happen and all that stuff. But
You got two out at least.
yes, but I mean, like we go back and forth. I mean, there's probably no exaggeration, I don't know, 40 different ideas, whether it's a chorus or whether it's a complete song or whatever. Like
Love it.
somebody will send somebody something, then I'll send something, and then they'll send it to me. But you know what I mean? So like
Yeah,
that part, which wasn't happening for the longest time. So I mean, we've talked to John Leclerc, who produced and engineered our first two records, about doing something with them. He's like, okay, all right. These are some dates. What dates are good for you? We haven't solidified any dates, but it's happening. It's going to happen. It's just more logistics at this point, and then just whittling down to exactly what songs and all that stuff.
I do want to let people know you can chat with us. I have seen some messages that I missed because we were talking, but now if you want to send some messages or questions, this would be the time. While we're collecting them, I will let you know that Friday we'll be back here with When the Sun Sets, so that'll be a cool interview. And those guys are doing their thing, and yeah, so make sure you come back Friday. And if you're new here and you follow me on Instagram, I do this every week now, twice a week. So there will be somebody on pretty much every week going forward, and hopefully you'll come back and check them out. Weirdfish says UK tour or any UK festival shows. It gets so lonely on this side of the pond.
People always ask, and I always just say the same thing. If you book us, we will come. So, I would love to go back over there. I think we have unfinished business over there. We went over there a few times, My American Heart and the audition. Um, and yeah, I mean, like, absolutely. So
I want to
I'd
know
love to.
when will you play I'll Be Here? It's my favorite song.
To be honest with you, we haven't. I think I've played that once, and I'm not opposed to it. It won't be at these shows, but I, I'm never opposed to it. I mean, not to sound like a airhead or whatever, but like I wrote the song, I sing it. I don't have any problem singing it. Um, when you're in a band, there's always like, well, you do that other song, and that's an acoustic song, and we're kind of like a rock band, so we try to keep it, you know, rocking. So, but I
Fair
don't
enough.
have any. I don't
Yeah.
have any. Maybe one day I'll go on the Just Surrender live thing like we're doing now, and I'll just randomly pop on and play it.
You have a couple people from your hometown. They want you to come back and do a hometown show.
I would love that. I mean, there's not. We played at our high school, or my high school, Dover High School, and we
That's
were
cool.
probably. It was like right before our third record, Phoenix, came out, and it was a really cool thing. I mean, we weren't that far removed from. I mean, I was, but the other guys weren't. I'm dramatically older than Jay and Steve, so
Dramatically.
well, at that
What a word.
time, now in the grand scheme of life, I'm not.
No.
Uh, but I graduated in 2000, and they graduated, I think, in like 2004, something like that. So I was actually their substitute teacher a few times.
You were.
So yeah,
Did you make
so.
them do work, or were you one of those cool substitutes where you just bring the TV in and show them like Nutty Professor and Meet the Parents and stuff?
I think for me, I was probably not cool.
Okay.
I took it seriously enough. I thought that when I graduated and I went to college that I wanted to be a teacher,
Hmm.
and I was a substitute teacher, and then I just realized that I did not want that life.
Yes.
So then Jay ended up being a teacher, and Hebby, hello, nice to see you. Love you, buddy. Uh, and yeah, I guess I was somewhere in the middle maybe, but like, I don't like when I went to high school, I wasn't disrespectful to the substitute.
Yeah.
Not saying that people were or were not, but like I was just kind of in the middle. Whatever the lesson plan was, I would try to either do it or just if it was Nutty Professor or Shrek or one of
Yep.
those, depending on who I did kindergarten, I did middle school, high school, and yeah, it wasn't for me.
Weird Fish also wants to know: have you had any songs on any TV shows or movies or
We
video games?
Yeah, we had a couple songs on MTV Road Rules Challenge,
Hmm.
like a few of those. There was a soundtrack we were on. I forget what it was. Some random college sports and CBS we were.
That's so cool.
And then some stuff on the MSG network.
Love it.
Yeah, so like, yeah, I mean, it's scattered out there. I mean, to find it now, I don't know if it is, but I mean, yeah, I mean, we're in some stuff. I don't think any video games, but yeah, I mean, and then we were on MTV and Fuse, and we actually had an MTV News thing with Kurt Loder,
Awesome.
which to me
Love
is
Trailer.
like, yeah, to actually have him say our name, and they came to the studio and like all of that. It's like Kurt Loder and John Norris. So like for me, like that was like, wow, dude. Like
Yeah, if
that,
you're like our age, that is a big
yeah.
deal.
Absolutely. Yeah. So like that to me was like the pinnacle of I mean after that I was just like okay whatever I could do whatever like it doesn't like that's the biggest thing. So and it would just like randomly show up on MTV and like how those MTV News things would work. They'd just like it
Oh
was in
yeah.
a cycle and yeah. So like my brother was in the gym. He's like, "Yo, dude, I saw you on MTV, man." Like like that kind of thing. So
Awesome.
yeah.
Somebody said you were in a video game on Rock Band, I believe. It was like Xbox 360.
If that's the case, then that's awesome. Like
Should you be getting like a check every month for that? I don't know, maybe not.
I mean, at the end of the day, there's so many like levels of music business,
Yeah, who
like
knows who's getting that check,
so.
right?
Yeah, I mean, we signed a bunch of deals and this and that, and so like I think certain things for royalties or publishing, so that it gets licensed and all of that kind of stuff, like
Yeah.
so.
Well, let's go through everything one more time before we wrap up. So we have
Sure.
the 20-year anniversary of the debut
Hmm.
record, and that's out now on vinyl, right?
Yep.
And what's the best place to buy that? Do you have like your preferred site?
No, just keep looking at we're going to be setting up a web store really soon. So like on our Instagram or Facebook. That's going to be launching relatively soon. We're
Yes.
just working out the kinks of that. We have the shows coming up in October with Acceptance, and then we have a show in December in Chicago. And then in 2026, we're looking to do more kind of stuff.
I love that. So am I. I'm back in action too, man. So I'm excited to do more stuff as well.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think it's beautiful that you're back and you're, sharing the love and the just the passion for the music, and that's what we need more passion and more love
This is what I
in life
wanted
in
to do.
general.
This is what I wanted to do when I was growing up, and so I'm doing it. And so I'm happy about that. Most people can't do what they, most people can't say they do what they wanted to do.
Absolutely. I always say this, and it's very cliche, but I think it's really true, especially in today. It's like every day is a gift, and I'm opening up presents. So like
Yeah,
as long as I'm breathing, I'm opening up presents because I mean I'm here. I have my health. Um, I'm talking to you about something that happened 20 years ago,
yeah.
and like it's amazing. Like all this is so short and so temporary, and it's important to be in that moment and to enjoy it, even if the highs are high, the lows are lows, and we kind of live in the middle. But like, appreciate those things. The worst, it's not forever, and if you can kind of accept that, then it gets better.
I agree. Everything you said. I love the way you talk, man. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. Any final messages to the people at home?
I just thank you for taking the time out to listen, and if you listen later, just thank you so much for your support and love. Like, I'm truly blessed.
As am
Thank
I.
you.
Thank you guys for watching. Bye, dude.
Bye bye.